alabama360.com.
Let's go back to the SWAC scoreboard now, presented by Pepsi. As you can see, Alabama A&M and Grambling 17-17 there in the third quarter. 14-10, Mississippi Valley leading Pine Bluff also in the third. Texas Southern, how about that, with a commanding lead at the half over Bethune-Cookman. You got Lincoln Southern coming up later. And a correction, this game hasn't started yet. It's 7 p.m. tonight on ESPN+. Prairie View will go to host Houston Christian, so that's coming up later tonight. Let's take a look at some first half highlights now, if you will, because we had a lot of good defensive play in the first half. And right here, that is Stewart airing one out way downfield, and that is a big completion for Alabama State as they go down to Johnson with that big gain. And then on the other side, that was a big play. Seven McGee fumbled the football. It's recovered by the Hornets, and they cashed it in.
Yeah, great run and effort there to get in the end zone, and that's what they need to do when they get the red zone. They need to score.
A.J. Gates on that touchdown reception there from Lett. And then you have Jason Brown. Jason Brown's gone all the way, but this was a defensive first half. As he tosses to Mulligan, Mulligan turns it inside, and he would fumble the football, and the Hornets would come up with that one. It was that type of first half.
Yeah, turnovers made the game and gave Alabama State the opportunity. Would they cash in?
Stewart this time fires, and he's picked off. His pass is intercepted by number 5 right there. That is Wiggins on the INT. And then what a great touchdown run by Morgan using his power.
Yeah, and again, they wound up converting, even the game up. And again, it's even on turnovers, 2-2, right? And the score is even. And again, look at the total yards, Butch. 139, 154. Not a lot of offense going on. And that's because the defenses are truly stepping up and shutting them down. I think the story of the second half is going to be, for one, penalties, who can control themselves penalty-wise and who can convert and just get on the board. You can't lay eggs. You can't wind up with field.
You look at the penalties there, 6 for 25 for Alabama State. And on the other side, 3 for 20 for Jackson State. It shows the penalties, but what it does not show is how some of them came up at key situations during the game.
Exactly, and I think almost all of them were key penalties that stopped drives or certainly made them from a manageable third down rolled into a big one. So they were, and then again, I think there was at least 2 more, but they were double penalties, so they didn't show up on here from both teams that should be on there as well. So they got to play a cleaner game. They got to find a way to take care of business for both of them. But again, the offense is one of them's got to roll, and I think they got to find a way to get it down the field. Big plays are lacking.
Okay, we're looking forward to a whale of a second half, 10-10 game at the half between Jackson State and Alabama State. We're going to pause for a timeout, and we will be back with the second half kickoff. Wait, excuse me 1 second. We're going to stay here for just a little longer.
We're going to watch some homecoming band action.
Let's do that. Let's listen in on the homecoming band from the Sonic Boom in the South. How about that?
Wait. We have one more announcement. Thanks to President Elaine Haynes Anthony, the Boom has been invited to the 2025 Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. This is a major fundraising effort, so more information will be coming. Yay!
How about that? The Sonic Boom of the South will be heading to the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California later this year. Congratulations to them. An outstanding band. We have an outstanding game. We're going to pause for a timeout. We'll be back in just a minute.
Getting insurance is scary. The jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Great.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
When I got hurt in a car accident, I had so many questions. Can my car get fixed? Who's going to pay for my medical bill? What about money for pain and suffering? I'll call Gruber Law Offices.
I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, call Gruber Law Offices. We'll answer all of your questions and speak with you for free.
Gruber Law Offices was there for me every step of the way. They got me the money I deserve.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design.
I love it.
Felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Do you remember years ago we used to come in and just fall asleep with a face full of makeup?
Or worse, we tried to take it off with soap, our poor dry faces.
Don't regret, just reverse. Number 7's new Future Renew Damage Reversal Serum. With a world-first peptide technology you won't find in any other skincare product, even those that cost 10 times more. Reverse visible signs of skin.
Who knew which one do the past?
Don't regret, just reverse. Home Goods, go finding.
Welcome back, everyone. It's homecoming for Jackson State, and so far, or after that second quarter, it's been a pleasant homecoming. Now we're in a 10-10 game. Jackson State and Alabama State locked in a battle here. Give me some of your impressions of what you think the coaches were trying to relay during the halftime.
Again, I think the main key for both teams is missed opportunities, right? And trying to find a way to crank up the big play for your offenses. Both of them are very, very similar. The defenses came up with 2 turnovers apiece, 2 fumble recoveries from Alabama State, 2 interceptions from Jackson State, so they've done their job. Now, offensively, can you get a big play to change the game and get momentum going? Both offenses have struggled. Really, I think that's just because of great defensive play, but one of them's got to step up and make the big.
Yeah, Jackson State set to get the first bite out of this apple here in the second half. What do you expect from Jason Brown here in the second half?
Well, they got to find a way to get Jason comfortable. I mean, in the pocket, he's got a lot of pressure. And I really feel the middle of the field, not the short middle of the field, that little middle down the center. They've had lots of room there. They just don't go there. So we'll see if they do that. And I think a screen play up the middle is really going to open up for them if they give it a shot.
Well, we knew the defensive teams would be strong today, and that is exactly what we've seen so far. Second half is underway with Rico Powers on the return for Jackson State, and he's going to be dropped after a nice return for the Tigers.
And again, it's good to see Powers touch the ball, quite frankly. As a receiver, he's got -1 yards. You can't have that happen. Powers has got to be that guy right around 100 yards receiving for your team if you're really going to be successful, and feed him the ball and get him involved. And so he's probably glad to see the ball on a kickoff return.
Yeah, and that may be the start of it here, because we do have a flag down, and it's about that altercation that we just saw the tail end of. So Y.N. Myers, our referee for the day, will tell us exactly what went on.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block on the receiving team, number 36. That penalty going off, half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down, Jackson State.
Not really the way T.C. Taylor was looking forward to starting the second half. That foul was against Ezekiel Johnson, who was the guilty party on that play. So that's going to back the Tigers up deep into their own territory.
Yeah, and Brown, that's not where he wanted to start. He's 11 of 16 right now, just for 89 yards. He's been sacked once.
Ball resting at what appears to be the 9-yard line. They go to the running game straight ahead, and another flag is down. That one thrown in the backfield in the direction of where holding is usually called.
And again, the first thing we talked about during halftime was cleaning up penalties. You got 2 penalties from Jackson State on 2 plays.
As we take another look, going to give it to Mulligan. There's the hole right there. It's number 71, Evan Henry.
They might want to call that a stranglehold.
When I first saw it, I thought we had switched to sumo wrestling there. It kind of looked like, but here we go right back to Mulligan again. He tries to squeeze through, gets it out to about the 5.
Again, Jackson State, the Tigers being conservative because they're pinned so far back. They don't want to give anything up. And again, you're dependent on Mulligan to try to, your playmaker, to make something special out of not, something that's not really all that there.
2nd and 14 to go. Jason Brown standing right on his own goal line. He rolls to his left, looking downfield, has a man, it's complete, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. So that is a completed pass for Jackson State to McCray, Fabian McCray, but it's going to set up a 3rd and manageable for the Tigers to try to pick up that first down. So Brown looking over to the sideline, trying to change the play. Turns, and he gives it straight ahead to Mulligan, who spins off a 1 tackler, and Mulligan has the first down for the Tigers. Herb Mulligan on the carry, the leading rusher in the SWAC. At least he was the leading rusher coming into this game today.
Yeah, a little over 40 yards on the day. You certainly want more out of him, and it looks like the second half they're going to feed him until he gets to where he's comfortable. And he'll spring one. They keep feeding him. He'll make a big play.
Scarborough on the tackle for Alabama State. They go back again to Mulligan. He has some room at the top of the screen. You can see as he has another first down as he sweeps wide, but he may have injured his ankle on the play. You see Mulligan now in pain near the sidelines, and that would be a tough break for Jackson State.
And again, you could tell a concerted effort to get him going. And again, he's almost broke a really big play there, and then right there, just I guess that hit hurt that right leg, but he's up and moving, so that's good news for Tiger fans.
Yeah, originally he looked like it was the ankle that he might have twisted over there near the sideline, but they need that young man. Of course, Ahmad Miller is the freshman running back who's seen a lot of playing time this year. He's a really good running back also, but now you see Mulligan didn't even make it off the field.
His coach is talking to him, giving him encouragement, telling him to look. Let him look at you, son. Don't be a hero here. Let's make sure we're taking care of you.
Well, I don't know if the half could have started any worse for Jackson State at this point. It started with 2 penalties, and then after rushing for 2 first downs, Mulligan suffers an injury. While they attend to Herb Mulligan, we're going to take a timeout. With the score tied at 10, Alabama State and Jackson State. We'll be right back.
Thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. Past, present, and future. All. Because the best way to honor our history is General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs, committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Some college players give it their all. But when I say player, I don't mean the ones with the ball. I mean the ones that play drums, the brass, the woodwinds. These players bring excitement to the stadium. Because for them, Halftime isn't a break. It's game time. Pepsi is a proud supporter of HBCU students. Pepsi and HBCUs. That's what I like.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
So welcome back, everyone. 10-10, Alabama State and Jackson State. And as you can see, the two teams are still talking it over. During the timeout, Irv Mulligan left the game for his day. He has 57 yards today. He's averaging 5.2 a carry, which is really good, but they took him off, and we're not sure exactly what his problem is. And I could see Desmond Moultrie goes into the backfield now for the Tigers. So Jason Brown, 1st and 10 after that run by Mulligan. Moultrie goes in motion. He passes the other way, comes back to the screen, and it's going to be a nice pickup on 1st down. Call it an 8-yard gain on the pass. Brown to Seven McGee, who made the catch and run for the Tigers. Brown will throw again on 2nd down. Fires over the middle. Nice catch on the slant pattern, a good pattern, and that's McCray again with the catch for the Tigers. So all of a sudden, Jackson State has found some of that magic, and they're moving the football. This drive started after the penalty. They were near their own goal line. There was about the 4 or the 5. Brown was standing in his own end zone when the drive started. So 1st and 10 for Jackson State. This time he gives to Moultrie. And Moultrie's going to get some tough yards. Call it about a 4-yard gain as he works his way inside. Colton Adams, Bubba Adams, one of the Hornets in on the stop.
Yeah, Tigers offense suddenly starting to look a little positive right there. And again, you open it up, spread the ball to different receivers, shelling your running back in there.
Stephon Roll also at the bottom of that pile. Call it 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Brown's going to go underneath again to Seven McGee. Seven makes it happen. A nice move. And Seven McGee is going to have a 1st down for Jackson State. But that was a big-time move right there. A little shake and bake to pick up the 1st down.
It sure was. Seven McGee is fun to watch. I mean, watch this little just hop. A little hop right there. And then he runs strong. So it's a combination. He can run physical if he wants, but certainly slick. You got to be on your feet. You got to break down and be on your toes. Tackling him.
So another 1st down for the Tigers. McGee goes in motion. Brown turns, gives it to Moultrie. Moultrie cuts it inside, has some room, and he's going to dive down near the 20-yard line. So Moultrie on the carry. And he picked up another 1st down for the Tigers.
Great job cutting off his lineman.
They go quickly to the line of scrimmage. And he gives it to Moultrie again. And Moultrie just using that power inside, still on his feet, trying to get more. What an effort right there by Desmond Moultrie. That was an outstanding effort.
I thought he was down 10 yards back. And he just stayed on, running like a train there.
Well, we have a timeout on the field, but how about Moultrie coming in for the injured Irv Mulligan? And right away, he's showing that they do have plenty of running backs in that backfield, because we haven't even seen Ahmad Miller, just 1 carry so far today.
Yeah, Moultrie, a junior, Lamar High School in Houston is where he came from. And, man, I'll tell you what, he's running extremely strong there. Or he's from Arlington, Texas, Lamar High School. So certainly showing that, hey, I want some playing time in here.
Well, and that's what has to happen with any football team. If you get an injury, especially to a key guy, it's on the next guy to step up, and that's what we see happening here with Moultrie in the backfield.
Yeah, quickly 27 net yards, 9 yards a carry.
But you see the young man getting his opportunity here and trying to make the most of it. So this has been an impressive drive to this point by Jackson State.
And again, the mix of passing, running, right, keeping the defense off balance. They've gone to the flat where they like to throw the ball, but they've also done a couple of little kind of slants inside, not deep slants inside in the middle. But I still think that middle is wide open, just past the linebackers. We'll see if they do that, although Alabama State certainly has those safeties back there trying to avoid any big play around the middle.
You know, I mentioned before that Jackson State leads the overall series 32-16-1, but ASU is 6-4 over the last 10. So the big fella Morgan is in. He tosses to 7 McGee, and McGee is caught, and he's going to be dropped. Ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Hornets. And he's knocked down. That, of course, is number 5, Chauncey Moore on the pickup, and he was almost gone to the house. But it's the second time today the ball has been knocked away from 7 McGee.
Yeah, Jacoby and Morgan, he did a touchdown saving tackle right here. Watch Morgan. He gets on it, and he just will not be denied. Gets the tackle. He saves 7 points right there. So we'll see if that tackle winds up being a difference in the game here. But the third fumble of the day for the Tigers.
Second by 7 McGee, and it was actually Chauncey Moore who knocked it out and then scooped it up, and then it was a foot race. And you mentioned it. Great hustle over there by Jacoby and Morgan, or we might have had a touchdown for the Hornets on defense. So they take over the football on offense, 1st and 10 for the Hornets. They go with Stewart again. He's pressured on 1st down and has to just throw it away near the sidelines. Good pressure by the Tigers from JSU.
And great coverage by the Tigers. They had nowhere to go with the ball. I almost thought they were going to throw that, grounding the ball, because I don't know that he got outside the pocket, the tackle box there, and he just threw that ball away. I didn't see anybody close enough, but no flag on the play.
The best coverage is a good pass rush.
It
makes your defensive back feel a whole lot better, and they had pressure on Stewart from the jump right there. So make it 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Put Saunders in motion. Gives it inside, and a nice run. Good job there by A.J. Gates as he stretches it out and picks up a nice gain on 2nd down.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to get some yards.
Does a good job. He ducked down and picked up that extra yards. He's standing in the backfield now along with the fullback. So they're going to an I formation now. This Alabama State. Number 40, Dylan Creech, checks in. He's the big fullback, and stacked behind him is A.J. Gates. Give to Gates again. He goes the opposite way. Fullback went right. Gates goes left, and that time, not a lot going on offensively.
Yeah, very interesting there because, for one, you don't see fullbacks in football much anymore to begin with. The I formation looks unusual to even see. But usually your running back's going to follow your fullback, and right there they do a little misdirection play there, trying to see if they can catch the Tigers trying to follow the fullback.
So Gates checks out of the game. A big 4th and 5 coming up now as the Hornets are getting set to punt the football away. Harrison Tuck on his last punt, a yard, make it -1 on his last punt, so he would love to get better than that. High snap, but he gets it away. Good kick by Tuck. Fair catch called for and made by Duke Miller. So Jackson State will have the football again when we come back. We're going to take a timeout. We're still tied at 10, 7:58 to go here in the third quarter.
The biggest thing for me that I've learned through working with Thrivent is that you can accomplish anything you want to. It's just about finding the right road, the right path, the smart moves.
It's up to us to save this place. You're the god of mischief.
A cool thing happens when you're a parent. You turn into a human vending machine. YoPlay. Real good, real yum, real smooth.
Every morning, Many Wisconsin fans get up, go to work. Unfortunately, that's not all. Accidents don't just are. Accidents serious life. You've been injured, call us today. We'll fight for you with the care and compassion you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Our phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Not that into saving, are you?
Whoa, dude, what are you?
Money. You're not into saving money. Because you pay too much for those glasses. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free quality eye exam start at just $79.95. The exam alone is worth at least $59.
Wow, I gotta go tell my squad.
Hurry! I don't see how that's hurrying. 2 pairs and a free exam starting at $79.95. Book an exam today at americasbest.com.
Big homecoming crowd here in Jackson, Mississippi, enjoying today's games. They had the pom-poms flying just a minute ago, so they had them really fired up here as Jackson State gets set to go back on offense with the football back in their own territory at around the 13-yard line. Jason Brown and company will start 1st and 10 from that point. Brown on a toss. Some room on the outside for Moultrie. Cuts it back in. And Moultrie's going to have a first down again. So a nice run by Desmond Moultrie, the 6', 200-pound junior who came in. If you're just joining us, Irv Mulligan left the game with an injury. We don't know what it was or how serious it is, but right now Moultrie's in there, and Moultrie's doing a great job for the Tigers.
Yeah, they've added that little pitch sweep since last week, and it gets them to the outside a lot quicker.
On first down, Jason Brown turns and gives to Moultrie again, has room on the outside, and he tries to bounce it in a good defensive play. Wow, that was James Burgess who came up and rocked his world a little bit, but that was a good play by Burgess.
Oh, yeah, it was, but Moultrie saw, man, if I can get around him, I've got a lot more room. And right here, he's trying to make it as I can go outside. And oh, no, I can't. He thought 86 was going to get a better block for him. Didn't happen. Got stuffed. Good tackle. But that's the way to fight through a blocker, right? I mean, when you're it's kind of one of those things, don't stay blocked, right? You're going to get blocked at some point. Don't stay blocked. And that's what he did a good job of.
Another injured player down, one of the Hornets. Looks like it's number 6, DeMarcus Cunningham, the linebacker who they count on a lot. And that's a good sign. You see him hopping up right there and heading toward the sideline.
Yeah, and he's walking pretty strong, so that's good news for the Hornets fans.
So if you like defensive football, we've had a lot of turnovers in this game. We've had a lot of takeaways and just a good old-fashioned hard-nosed football game.
Yeah, no, and again, I'm a guy who loves a lot of defense. And again, both sides, you're right. The turnovers have been the big key. And again, really, the last series that they fumbled the ball was probably their best offensive drive for the Tigers. Can they keep that momentum and put it through on this drive?
2nd and 8 as Jason Brown brings the offense back out onto the field. Puts Duke Miller in motion. Gives to Moultrie again. Moultrie escapes in the backfield, and he jumps over a would-be defender. Moultrie, what a job right there. I mean, that's like ad-libbing at its best, making it up as you go.
He looks like a hurdler to me. I mean, look at that. Boom, right over the top. Beautiful form. Coming right down. Wow, that was nice.
Desmond Moultrie on the carry. This time a blitz coming after Jason Brown. Fires near the sideline, and it was caught. Did he get the foot down is the question. The officials say no. But Moultrie, how about that? With the hurdle action there. Looked like he's ready for the Olympics.
I'll tell you, and it looked like it was good to him, and it wasn't anything unusual for him. Moultrie's running with an attitude. And, when you got an inspiring running back, that picks the whole team up.
Certainly does. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Brown looking to his left again, throws underneath, had a man open. Adams takes him down, but it's a nice gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring up a third and manageable.
You know, Moultrie already has 56 yards, just 1 yard short of Mulligan, 9.3 a carry.
Well, he came into the game like running with a vengeance. He really came in with an attitude that I'm going to get in here and just take advantage of this opportunity.
Run mad.
And that's what he's doing. So 3rd and 5 to go, make it 6 yards to go for the first down. Oh, and the Hornets look like they were offsides. A blitz on the play. Brown goes deep, and it's going to be an incomplete pass, but the Hornets clearly jumped offside unless there was movement on the offensive end.
Yeah, Butch, and what I love right there this time, you saw Brown point to his receivers, go, right? I'm going to heave it down there. We're going to see if something special can happen because I know what's on the defense. And he threw it anyway, giving his receiver an opportunity to make a play downfield. But again, great job of Brown being very decisive, throwing his hand up, telling the receiver, go, I'm going to throw it.
That's a very good point because you pointed out earlier in the game, he didn't really do that. That time he gave him an opportunity thinking that they had the offside penalty, and they did. So 3rd and 1 after the 5-yard penalty. Make it a lot more manageable situation for the Tigers. Brown puts Miller in motion. Fakes it to Moultrie. Comes back to the other side. It's a completed pass. I don't think he got there. That was the big tight end, Stevens. And I don't think he got there. Let's see where they mark it. Ahmad Miller is now in the backfield. As you saw Stevens make the catch on that last play. And now we got 4th down. So it's going to be 4th and 1. He did not pick it up. Got back to the line of scrimmage. And you see the JSU offense still on the field. So we have 4:54 and counting to go in the 3rd. And last time they tried to draw him off. Let's see if they go for it this time. Brown turns, hands it straight ahead, and that's going to be close. That's going to be very close. May have gotten it. They only needed a yard on the play.
That just depends where he puts his foot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is close.
That was Ahmad Miller on the carry. And we'll see where the officials put it down.
Offside. Result, first down.
Another offside penalty against the Hornets. Jason Brown is doing an outstanding job with that cadence. They've jumped off sides like 3 times in this ballgame.
That is just rugged right there. I mean, you can't. That's the 8th penalty for the Hornets. And again, these last couple have been monumental. When these penalties, you said it earlier, all the penalties they've made have been costly that time.
Costly penalties. That one, they didn't even need a measurement there because they were offside. So it gives the first down to Jackson State. This has been a nice drive for Jason Brown and the Tigers. Brown throws underneath again, has his big tight end, Hayden Hagler. Hagler makes the catch, and he moves the ball for about 6 yards.
I would say in these last 2 drives, they probably have 90 yards of offense. They only had 130 or something at halftime, so they've almost doubled their offense production.
So Brown again looking underneath, has another man and another first down. That was Kobe Paul on the catch and run for a first down for the Tigers. So Kobe Paul, not usually in the mix as much, making the catch today, picking up the first down. Brown back again to Moultrie, and he's going to pick up about 4 inside. So a great job of mixing things up by Jackson State. Maurice Harris, the offensive coordinator. That was Miller on the carry there, number 27. The 6', 210-pound freshman now in the backfield. And we do have an injury down there. One of the Hornets is being looked after right now. As you see the Tigers going over to the sideline to get some information. Yeah, offensive coordinator Maurice Harris has done a really good job. Mainly, in the first half too, but mainly in the second half of mixing up his plays between the run and the pass, and they've really got the Hornets off balance a little bit.
Yeah, and again, they had about 150 or 160 yards at the half. They already have 274 now, so they got about 120 yards in this second half. That's amazing.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more. Still a 10-10 game between Alabama State and Jackson State. We got 3:35 left in the third.
Doritos created Solid Black in 2021 to help fuel the initiatives of Black leaders seeking to drive real change. This year, Doritos Solid Black is welcoming 16 new change makers to the program. We are Solid Black.
Huge play coming up.
Talking about dropping the ball.
I got the score.
Tostitos Hardy Dippers.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We're past, present, and future. All. Because the best way to honor our history is to make it. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
HBCUs are anchored by legacy. They nurture the talent and determination of their students and prepare them for a bright future. The Home Depot's Retool Your School program has and still believes in the excellence of HBCUs. Committed not just in speech, but through the revitalization and upgrades of the campuses these students call home. Building, planting, tilling the dream, all hearts and countless volunteers on the ground. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
If you're just joining us, we have 3:33 to go here in the third quarter, and Jackson State has been on a drive. Tigers, a long drive now. They are in Hornets territory. Jason Brown on 2nd and 7. Will pass it. Now he steps up, dumps it off to Miller. Miller is hit, still on his feet. And finally, Adams comes in, and that's the end of that. It ends right there. But a good job by Miller, shaking off would-be tacklers before he's finally stopped.
I'll tell you, now you got two running backs, Moultrie and Miller, the M&M combination back there that actually, you know, they get all M's, right? Mulligan as well.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 7. Keep this thing going for Jackson State and Jason Brown. Irv Mulligan left the game on the last possession. He had what appeared to be an ankle injury, so he has not come back since. But Brown's looking to throw it here. Had some time, fires high, and it's almost picked off. It was intercepted, but intercepted out of bounds. Scarborough caught it, but he was not in the field of play.
Yeah, that would have been costly. And again, this drive started, Butch, at 13-yard line of Jackson State.
It was a great drive. I mean, they've eaten up a lot of time, and they've moved the football, and now they're going to have a decision to make. Whoa! Let's see. That looked very close. Looked like he might have gotten a foot down there.
Did he drop the ball? Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, he dropped the ball.
Yeah, okay.
He did get the foot down, though, which looked like he didn't do earlier. But now it will be another field goal attempt. Dylan Wasson back on to attempt the field goal. Looks like it's a 44-yard attempt from Wasson, and his kick, he drilled it. This kid is 3 for 3 since joining this team, and once again, he's become quite a weapon for Jackson State as he drilled another one, that one from 44 yards.
You know, when you told that story, like this guy was just a student at school, did some kicking at a junior college. He's going to school. His father tells
His father's a state trooper who knew a state trooper who was a former teammate of T.C. Taylor's.
Oh, my gosh. And then to come, it's the one before ended in a fumble. This one, they got 3 points.
So another kickoff, driving. A.J. Gates all the way back to the goal line. Gates trying to get away. He's caught around the 20. He makes it out to the 22, and that's the end of that run. So Gates takes it out to about the 22, and that is where the Hornets will take over the ball. So for the first time today, Jackson State leads the ball game.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been a battle, and they've been earning it. And again, you know, Alabama State, when they look at this, they're going to see plenty of opportunities and field position they didn't take advantage of. And again, the Tigers' last 2 drives were good long drives over 5 minutes. Now the Hornets, what are they going to do? How are they going to answer?
That field goal officially goes down as a 45-yarder as the Hornets take over. And in the backfield is Let back in at quarterback. So we have not seen Demetrius Davis today. Was not told he was on any type of injury list, and Let keeps, but a flag is down as he takes it straight ahead.
Jeremiah Williams on the soft Tigers.
There was a stop, short gain on the play, but let's see what Y.N. Myers has to say here.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 players in motion at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
You know, we talked about the penalty. It's not just the penalties, it's when they happen. And this is another key time for Alabama State to have a penalty. So now Let goes out. Damon Stewart is back in at quarterback, the 5'11", 170-pound sophomore, transfer from UAB. Comes and he gives straight ahead, and there's a big hole and a lot of room right there. That is number 24, Jalen Sultan, on the carry. He hasn't gotten a lot of carries, but he's made the most out of the carries that he's gotten in this game.
Right, I thought Sultan was going to kick it into overdrive right there, because you're right. There was a hole there to be had, just couldn't get the motor going fast enough.
So Stewart to throw it, but he's under pressure and he goes down, but there is a flag also that hit the turf right before Stewart did. So big number 90 in there on the sack.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Tigers lined up in the neutral zone.
That was True Thompson, number 90. You called it. Philip Webb lined up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, I mean, they got there too fast.
I'd hate to be Philip Webb having to tell Big True Thompson, you just lost your sack, buddy, because I was offside.
That's true.
That wouldn't be a good conversation. So 2 wide receivers stacked on the right side, and they go back to the run, and it's a little room inside. Pickup of about 4 yards that time for A.J. Gates on the carry for the Hornets.
It's kind of a weird counter play. They start right. He just literally runs in an angle over that left guard, and there's been room there.
They're going quickly now. Stewart trying to keep the momentum going, and they have that little stack on the right side again. The 2 wide receivers wide, stacked over there on the right side. Also stacked at the bottom of your screen. Stewart on first down, gives it again to A.J. Gates, but nothing happened in that time. A good defensive play by the Tigers.
Yeah, you do it a few times, and they're going to start figuring out a way
Peppers
to
on
shut
the
it down. Yeah, Isaac Peppers trying to get his team motivated and get them all fired up. He was jumping up and down after that tackle. Because, again, he's a smart player. You run it a couple of times, he realizes where you're going.
Of course, he also played some ball over at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Came into this game with 37 tackles. He's past that now. And as you can look, the rushing yards today, 137 for Jackson State. A lot of that happened on that last drive.
Yes.
And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. And you have to say it was a very successful third quarter for the Jackson State Tigers. They moved out in front 13-10 in this ball game. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in just a minute.
Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest.
Sure do. That's why at Progressive, we show you rates from other companies, even if they're lower than ours, so you can choose what's best for your family.
Pairing rates used to be a hard day's work, but not with AutoQuote Explorer.
Need me to help again?
No.
So join us and taste why Progressive, name people trust.
Sorry, are we talking about apples now or insurance?
A cool thing happens when you're a parent. You turn into a human vending machine. YoPlay. Real good, real yum, real smooth.
They're here. Okay. There's no way we're paying for all those medical.
Should we talk about a settlement?
How about we cut the car payments down?
We might want to think about this.
Look, just get them to sign. This offer's more than fair.
Sir, it's the law offices of Hupy and Abraham.
Tell them you mean business. Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham.
You can handle this one.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love.
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. Action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
I love it.
Felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Who says you can't go for bold without going broke? Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
1 down, 9 to go.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
I just had something picked up.
Oh my gosh, I'm having something delivered.
Carvana.
You know Carvana. Searched it, bought it, scheduled it. And here it is.
You think Carvana's good for buying? You should try selling one.
Oh my gosh, it's almost identical. You gotta have backup. You know what I say.
Good job, hun.
Thanks. Woo! I loved it once and I love it twice. Where is the other one?
Buy
or sell
your car with Carvana today.
Butch Alcindor and Jorge Vargas with you, and we're getting set to get the fourth and final quarter, maybe, because we have a tight game, so we don't know, underway here in Jackson, Mississippi. Alabama State trailing the Tigers from Jackson State 13-10 as they get set to go to work, but they have the football. Looking at a 2nd and 10. Stewart fires inside. He had a little inside screen. Wow, and they could have had something going right there. He tried to hit McMahon, and we know they call him Flash. He can go, so he had an opportunity to turn that one into a big play. It was a middle screen to Robert McMahon, and he couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, and again, it was kind of a push throw. It wasn't even like a regular throw, almost like a half between a pass and a pitch is what he threw, and he's really got to get something done. Just 3 completions and 10 passes for 43 yards on the day.
So 3rd and 10. Right now, the Tigers only have 3 rushers coming after the quarterback, and that's what they do. So they go to the coverage. So he fires underneath, and that's not going to pick up the first down. Great job by that Jackson State defense.
Yeah, and again, you wonder where was the very first play of the game. They went down the field for a 54-yard pass, had a lot of electricity happen, lit up the game, and really attacked. Since that point, they haven't had that same attitude of attacking down the field. And I feel like that's really hindered.
So 4th down and 10 coming up. He did get back to the regular line of scrimmage. So that will bring on Harrison Tuck to punt the football away to the Tigers. Tuck gets it away. And it's low, and it's going to bounce, and it's going to roll to a stop right around the 20-yard line. Call it the 19-yard line. That is where Jackson State will go on offense and take over the football here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Hornets just, only get 11 yards on that drive, just takes 2:13 from the game there. And again, we've seen Jackson State in the second and third quarter really start to get things rolling. Can they continue that into the fourth quarter? They had 2 drives over 5 minutes. They're looking for a drive like that right now. Can they continue?
It has been the Alabama State defense that has just played superb today, and that is what's keeping the Hornets within 3 with 13:57 to go in the game. Jackson State now with the football. Jason Brown puts Duke Miller in motion. Gives back the other way, and that is Moultrie. And that time, Bubba Adams is there to meet him right in the hole. No gain on the play.
And again, the run game for Jackson State has been really, really good. Again, whether it was Mulligan, Moultrie, or Miller, they found a way to be successful.
Well, especially here in the second half. They run the football a lot. 2nd and 11 now. Brown looking to throw it. Looks underneath, has a man on the slant. It's an incomplete pass, was trying to hit Isaiah Spencer, and the ball goes off his hands.
To be honest, they had Spencer and Miller almost crossing in the same direction. I don't know if Miller kind of slowed down to give Spencer a chance to get the ball there. But it's that middle where I was talking about. They've got some room there. I just think they kind of had Spencer should have caught that ball, quite frankly. But they need to make sure they keep attacking that part of the defense.
You're looking at 2 of the better defensive teams in the SWAC. Both of them brought their A games today. 13:23 to go. This is a huge third down right here now for Jackson State. And now they're going to call timeout and talk about it. Last time they did this, they came up with a big play and got a first down. So we will see what Coach T.C. Taylor and company come up with this time. And, of course, T.C. Taylor's in his first year. If you didn't know, he actually played at Jackson State. We'll talk a little bit more about him when we come out. 13-10, the Tigers out in front. We'll be right back.
Some college players give it their all. But when I say player, I don't mean the ones with the ball. I mean the ones that play drums, the brass, the woodwinds. These players bring excitement to the stadium. Because for them, halftime isn't a break. It's game time. Pepsi is a proud supporter of HBCU students. Pepsi and HBCUs. That's what I like.
We are exactly what you think. We're not at all what you think. Past, present, and future. All in. Because the best way to honor our history is to make it. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwest Athletic Conference.
Doritos created Solid Black in 2021 to help fuel the addition of Black leaders drive real change. This year, Doritos Solid Black has welcomed 16 new change makers to the program. We are Solid Black.
Huge play coming up.
Oh, wait.
Dropping the ball. I got the score.
Tostitos Hardy Dippers.
In 1920, an athletic league and slowly became sports associations in the world of athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our sports activities, athletes, and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sports. We are the SWAC, the champions.
Tigers have the football and the lead, 13-10 over Alabama State. It's homecoming for Jackson State today. And, we're not going to bring up the story again, but you will remember last year Jackson State beat Alabama State for their homecoming, prompting the big "you ain't SWAC" comments that went on. Of course, Deion's out of here. He's not here anymore. And like TC said, he is SWAC, so there's no controversy there. So here's Brown to pass. Floats it out there, and it's knocked away, but that was a dangerous pass on 3rd and 11. Wow, he floated that. He was trying to hit Duke Miller, but that was almost picked off. Over there was Mikey Victor. Mikey already recovered a fumble today, almost had a pick six to go with it.
Well, I talked about that earlier in the game, that those wide throws like that, they're hanging there so long. That's a pick six waiting to happen. And that one was way wide and was hanging out there for a long time. I guarantee you, Victor, when he looks at that, when they all sit down as a team and look at it, he's going to think, okay, I should have picked six that one, for sure.
That no, punting from his own. Oh, wow. I don't know if that one was blocked or not. But if it wasn't blocked, it went off the side of the foot and it goes out of bounds. That's going to give the Hornets great field position there. I'm telling you, the punters are having some issues today.
They sure are. And again, that's almost a turnover right there. I mean, and again, the Hornets have had this in the first half, right? They had some good field position, some good bounces, etc. Their defense creating turnovers, and they weren't able to put up the points that they should have gotten with those turnovers. So we'll see right here. I mean, it's fourth quarter. No time like the present. See what they do.
So Damon Stewart on at quarterback. Fires, has a man out there with some room to run. That's going to be a huge play for the Hornets. And they broke it big. That's A.J. Gates on the catch and run there for a huge gain for the Hornets.
And again, that's what they needed. They needed a big play offensively, a spark, and they need to keep attacking.
That last punt from Matt Noe, only 26 yards as before it rolled out of bounds. So it gave the Hornets great field position, and they are taking advantage now with the ball resting at the 13-yard line. So Stewart turns, and he keeps. Stewart has it, and it's a touchdown. How about Damon Stewart there with the zone read, making the great fake and sprinting into the end zone for the touchdown for the Hornets.
Again, that was a beautifully worked play there because the defense did not think there's any way Stewart's going to take it and run, and it looked way too easy. Look, he rode that running back through the hole, and it was just wide open there. He lays it up as he crosses the end zone.
It was just a great fake. The fake did everything because after he faked to the running back, when he ran around the right side, the receivers just ran off the DB, so there was no one there. So the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. So just like that, we have a new leader in this ball game. Alabama State, the visitors, have climbed out in front. 17-13, 12:29 to go. We're going to take a timeout. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
He's up here!
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
Stay away from my family!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. You don't need to help power Williams Racing. Until you do. Duracell is a proud partner of Williams Racing.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone yet. The thing that I love.
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. Action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
I love it.
Felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Careless drivers cause serious injuries.
The car ran a red light, hit my vehicle hard. I'm glad I called Hubie and Abraham. I was very happy with the results.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
A good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
I've always been prone to hair thinning. I'm genetically predisposed.
I just gave birth. I was under a lot of stress.
I started taking Nutrafol.
We test our formulations with the highest rigor of clinical trials, and we're the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
I noticed it becoming
Stronger and thicker.
Nutrafol has taken me back to the hair I was meant to have.
I am back to me.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
SWAC football on ESPN is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods and outdoor retailer of the SWAC. Home Depot, proud sponsor of the SWAC, and by Nike. That last scoring drive by the Hornets, 2 plays, 45 yards, and 42 seconds. It led to that Damon Stewart 12-yard TD run, and it put Alabama State out in front, back again. So now we got a little seesaw action going on here in the second half. So Alabama State getting set to kick it off to the Tigers from Jackson State.
Again, plenty of times the Tigers don't have to, try to do something too much, stay within their offense, but attack.
That one goes deep into the end zone, and it is out of the end zone, so they will take over on the 25-yard line. And Jackson State, in the third quarter, they had a pretty long drive that led them getting to that field goal that put them ahead. And this would be a good time if you're TC Taylor to maybe do the same thing and eat some time off of that clock.
Yeah, the Tigers at the second half have been very good with offensive. They've had multiple drives over 5 minutes. They've chewed up some yards. They had that one fumble that cost them. They just got to hang on to the ball and really run their offense. They've been spreading the ball around. They have about 9 receivers that have touched the ball in passing. That shows you how much they've spread it out. That is special. So we'll see if they can keep that type of momentum.
So the Tigers take over. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. They go back to Moultrie inside, and Moultrie gets some tough yards. Call it a couple inside. And we have not seen Irv Mulligan since he left the game with that injury in the third quarter. And so now it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Both teams do not have gargantuan stat numbers in this ball game, but they both have managed to move the football when they've had to. And now Jason Brown is staring at a 2nd and 8. And he pulls it out. He ran the zone read. He tries to get up near the 30. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 5. So Brown does a good job of getting up there, maybe 3 yards on the play. You don't see him running that much, but this may be an opportunity to keep that clock rolling.
Yeah, well, they need to get some points on the board. First off, whatever they do with this drive, they need to get ahead again.
Well, they had a lot of success running the ball in the third quarter, and it may be what they were trying to get back to there. We'll see what Maurice Harris calls up here on 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Brown back to pass. Brown under pressure. Brown is going to be taken down. The Hornets go to the blitz, and they got to him. They dropped Brown for a nice loss all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Ooh, that was a swarm is what that was. That was a swarm at the quarterback. Great job. Watch Big 95 just get rid of Shed 71 and then just grab Brown and will not let him go.
Yeah, he just hung on till a lot of his friends got there. It's what you want to do is hold on for dear life there.
Yeah, Janelle Brown really did a nice job there. And again.
And now we have a penalty. So hold the phone a little bit now. Penalty on the field. So it's going to
just backs up the
back
punt.
Jackson State even further.
And again, with the way those punts have gone, Butch, that is not good news.
Janelle Brown, the big 6'3", 355 senior. And now the punt attempt is almost blocked. It goes end over end, and it's going to be down at about the 35-yard line. You know, we mentioned how the Hornets do a great job of getting after the kick and blocking kicks. That's been their thing. The last 3 games, they've gotten a block kick. And I don't know if they got a little bit of that one or not.
Well, I can tell you this, with the way the punts have come from Jackson State here in the last couple, they got a -1 or a 1-yard punt. They got a 24-yard punt. And that one right there wasn't all that special either. So it's almost like getting blocks or turnovers on some of these punts for the Hornets. And again, this is an opportunity for them to really not close out the game, but certainly put a lot of pressure on the Tigers if they can score here.
Yeah, 10:52 to go, and the Hornets have the football now. They go to the running game, and a nice run, and he's still on his feet. A great run by A.J. Gates. As you can see him maneuvering his way. He's not a very big running back there, and sometimes I think he might get lost when he tries to pull to the outside behind his big offensive line.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, he just kind of hides in there. And then again, he's got great speed and acceleration. Once he sees some light, he just flies through it.
Now another flag is down, and this one is against the defense of Jackson State.
Wow. I mean, they just had one on the punt that knocked them back, and then they got one on the defense. Man, it is a race to see who has more penalties, I believe, in this game. I think it's like their 7th. I think that's their 8th penalty. The Hornets have 9 penalties.
Now we're looking at a 1st and goal situation now for the Hornets. They go back to A.J. Gates, and he can't get around the good reaction. That Jackson State defense. Phillip Webb, one of the Tigers, red flag. The 6'2" junior. LSU coming up big time.
Tigers find some kind of turnover. They can get themselves or at least stop them.
All resting on the 6-yard line. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Stewart, and he's going to be dropped at about the 2-yard line. So Stewart, bidding to get his 2nd rushing touchdown of this game, comes up just a little short. Marcus Harris that also checked into the back. We have another flag down.
The referee was standing right behind the quarterback. It's a play. Well, let's put in the back because the quarterbacks are always in shotgun, right? So the quarterback walked over to the center. He was still looking for the quarterback.
We'll be right back with the 3rd and goal for the Hornets. They lead 17-13. Stick around.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, we're not ready for that. As a team, get there. It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents.
Executing on the high school volleyball court can be difficult, even more so when you're the daughter of a former professional athlete. But these 15 girls who already have name recognition have found a way to make their own.
More feeling. Cue the music.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Love it.
Now you can do iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Every morning, many Wisconsin families get up, go to work, and hopefully. Unfortunately, that's not always. Accidents don't just car. Accidents seriously damage. If you've been injured, call us today. We'll fight for you with the care and compassion you deserve. Ruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get 0 down special financing with the K Builders credit card.
9:05 to go here in the fourth quarter, and right now the Hornets have the football at the 2-yard line, so they're knocking on the door. Jackson State trying to find some way to come up with that big stop on defense. I mean, their defense has been outstanding all year, and this may be one of their biggest tests in this ball game as they come up here. Jackson State came in with a 2-1 SWAC record. The Hornets are 1-2 in SWAC, and they bring the fullback back in, and you have Marcus Harris behind him and what appears to be an I formation. So Damon Stewart gets behind center. And here it is, 3rd and goal to go. The give is to Harris, and Harris is in for the touchdown for the Hornets. So they made that one look easy, man. Great blocking up front by the offensive line. And Marcus Harris, the young man who's from Jackson, Mississippi, scores a touchdown.
Well, you know what's interesting about that play is, right, they ran that play when the whistle was blown a minute ago, right? They just went ahead and ran the same play. They said, we like this play. We're going to run it. Let's go own it. And again, they dominated. Look at the line of scrimmage. They had great blocks, and they just get a fullback just hammered through, creates huge space. You don't see that on the goal line very often for the touchdown.
So the extra point attempt is away, and it is good. And just like that, Alabama State able to pad their lead. A 2-yard touchdown run by Marcus Harris. Marcus Harris, the second, the Jackson native, have just added to the Alabama State lead.
I'll tell you, Butch, man, that is, earlier in the game, the Hornets did not convert on turnovers and good field position. This fourth quarter, right, they own the first quarter, they own the fourth quarter right now, and then the Tigers own the second and the third quarter.
Well, that drive, 4 plays, 35 yards, and 2 minutes before Marcus Harris took it in off tackle from 2 yards out. But, it increased the lead, but more than that, it kind of silenced the crowd a little bit because it took a little bit of the wind. So Jackson State's going to have to get something going offensively to get that crowd fired up again. And behind them, got a lot of time left in this ball game, 8:52. They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but they got to get aggressive now. They've got to attack. And again, time is of the essence now. They just got to be very.
So the kickoff goes deep, back to the goal line, and the Tigers are going to bring it back from around the 1-yard line. Got some room on the outside, but then that's about the end of that. Duke Miller is caught and dropped at the 21, and that's where his team will go on offense. So we will see what T.C. Taylor and Maurice Harris can dial up here for the Jackson State offense.
And, Brown has really got to pick things up. He's 20 of 29, so he's got a 69% completion rate, but most of those are dumps off to the side for just 147 yards. His longest is 17 yards right now, and really that was a dump play that the running back did a great job of getting up the field. So they've got to have an explosive play, something that shakes things up. But again, they got to play within their offense. You can't worry about getting 2 scores on this drive. You can only get 1, but you got to get 7.
Well, and that's the time Jason Brown has to get something here. How much is time a factor right now? I mean, would you hurry? I mean, it still seems you got 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Either way, you're going to need a stop.
I think you play quick and within rhythm, but you don't try to overrush yourself. At the end of the day, you got to get the first points first before you worry about the second one. So whatever this drive dictates, you take what they give you, and you just line up quick, and you try to move in a deliberate, quick fashion. But if you try to think too far ahead, you're going to mess yourself up.
Tigers with the 2 big tight ends on the left side. Brown turns, gives to Moultrie. He tries the right side. He's going to pick up 3 inside on the carry. So Desmond Moultrie, he's been one of those guys that has done a really good job for the Tigers as they get to the line quickly.
And again, that's what they have to do. Just get to the line, get the call, and move.
Brown back in shotgun. Has Moultrie to his left. 2nd and 6. He has some time. Now he pulls it down, and, it's going to be a completed pass short of the first down. A complete pass on the outside there, and it goes to number 9, McCray. But Brown, I just want to see what you think about that. It looked like he had time, but he took his eyes from down the field and started looking to run. It's like he felt like he had less time than he actually did.
Exactly. I thought he had a good, decent pocket there. And you're right, he pulled it down, and he wanted to step up and realized he had nowhere to run. so he looked back out to his favorite targets in the flat. And I'm telling you, I'm really, and if you notice, he's always throwing to the wide side in the flat, which means that ball hangs out there for a long time. You are really depending on all it takes is a defensive back to be just kind of hanging out there in the wing, and they're going to take that ball and go 6.
Well, the top priority for the Tigers right now is to pick up the 2 yards and the first down and keep this drive alive. Moultrie back in at running backs to Brown's left on 3rd and 2 to pick up the first down. Hagler comes in motion. And Brown's going to back out of the play again. That time they get set, they see the defense, and then they adjust on the fly to that. So Brown now, as you can see, the 3rd down conversions. He tries to convert again, and he's hitting the backfield and drop. Moultrie never got an opportunity to get going there. He was just knocked down in the backfield. Great reaction by that defense. Andrew Ogletree, number 2, one of the big fellas back there, sticking Moultrie.
That penetration was absolutely fantastic. And you're right, Ogletree getting it done. And Jamil Brown again. Both of them just kind of converging, but great penetration. You talk about just grabbing that offensive lineman who's coming off trying to tattoo you and shedding them and getting the tackle.
So funny because Coach Robinson said he wanted to see Ogletree have a big game. He wanted to see Ogletree and Kelvin Stokes, the 2 tackles. He said they need to play well. They need to step up. These men have experience, and I want to see them do the job. And the 2 seniors have really come up big today. So the ball will go back to the Hornets. 6:55 to go in the ball game. Alabama State out front. We'll be back.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Enjoy your flight. You too.
As easy as saying the wrong thing.
Dad, why would you say that?
Why would you say that? Are we leaving or?
I thought I knew you.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
It's not how airports work, man.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love.
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Hot. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Careless drivers cause serious injuries.
The car ran a red light, hit my vehicle hard. I'm glad I called Hubie and Abraham. I was very happy with the results.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
A good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
I tend to let stress get the best of me.
I definitely don't have a diet.
Yeah, I'm guilty of keep styling my hair.
Target multiple root causes of hair thinning. Number 1 dermatologist recommends hair growth supplement. Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
$6:55 to go here in the 4th quarter. Butch Alcindor and Jorge Vargas with you as Jackson State trails Alabama State 24-13 right now. Jackson State with the ball, 1st and 10. And Jason Brown's going to swing it out to his running back. That's Moultrie. He's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 6. So Jackson State trying to make something happen on this drive.
They certainly need something to happen here, and they got to make it quick and deliberate here.
They get back to the line of scrimmage quickly. 2nd down and 3 now, so short gain for the first down, but they're looking for the end zone on this drive. They're trying to get this ball in for 6. So Brown to throw again. Steps up, does a good job of getting away from the pressure. Now he's going to tuck it and keep it, and Brown picks up the first down on the run. Good job by Jason Brown of keeping the football and getting out of bounds after he made the first in.
And again, nice job, like you said, creating the room, getting what he needed, line up quick. They got to get these plays in fast.
Yeah, clock is still ticking. We're about to go under the 6-minute mark. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Brown will throw it again. Goes down the sideline, tries to squeeze it in, and he did. A nice pass by Jason Brown, and it's a catch. Number 19 looks like is the receiver on that one. Kobe Paul with his second catch of the ball game. That was nice. Down the sidelines. Good throw and a great catch.
Yeah, that was sweet right there, bringing that in. I mean, just to catch it, the fact that he got his feet in, that's incredible.
Take another look.
Yeah.
It's a great throw by Brown.
Yeah, and again, that's what Brown hasn't done this game is extend the ball and throw it downfield and give his receivers an opportunity to go up and get it. And again, you can see right there, you can call it a 50-50 ball, call it whatever you want. But, I mean, he went up, twisting, grabbed that ball. And, again, the fact that he was able to get his feet down, that's pretty special.
Yeah, Kobe Paul making some big plays. His second catch in this game, usually it's a Rico Powers or an Isaiah Spencer or even Fabian McRae. But here, it's Kobe Paul with a big catch and a nice gain down the sideline for a big play and a big first down.
Yeah, his second catch, he's got 32 yards on the day.
Yeah, Kobe Paul, that last catch went for 23 yards down the sideline. So that was a big hit right there. And now they're talking it over on the sideline. And, both teams kind of have to make a decision here. On the Alabama State side, you have to decide, do you put on the heat? Do you come after them here? Or do you lay back and play the pass coverage?
If I were the Hornets, I'd come at them. I really would, because I think if you keep the pressure on Jackson State, once you get them calm and relaxed, I think that Brown gets confidence in his pass game. I think you got to stay on him and stay in right in front of him.
Pass goes out to Brown, who was out as a receiver, and now he's going to have to run with it. So the Tigers go to a little razzle-dazzle there, passing it over to Jason Brown, who was going to throw downfield but couldn't get it off, and still he runs for a first down. But we do have a player injured on the play, but good design here.
And how about the spin move here? Right, boom, spin. Takes it, and a little bitty block that gave him extra room to get those yards.
Yeah, Zy McDonald had come into the ball game at quarterback. He's the backup quarterback. Took the snap. Brown had stepped out to the left and was lined up as a wide receiver.
It's funny when you do those shifts in personnel real quick, and I think today's game is so much harder. You are constantly seeing personnel moving back and forth, right? So it's not, you may not pay attention as much of who's where. You're just trying to see alignment, and you may not look at numbers as much. And so a play like that, I think, can slip defenders more than it would in the past, right? I mean, in the past, you have the same 11 out there. Years back, they didn't do all this, a million guys switching. So it's very interesting, but again, good job of making something, because the play unfolded, but he still was able to make, 10, 12 yards on that play?
Yeah, he did a great job of improvising and keeping the football. And again, it would have been a negative play had he just hung on to it, but he made one fake, went downfield, and came up with a first down for the Tigers. The problem is Jackson State's about to be in that situation where they're battling the Hornets and the clock. We're down to 5:33 left in this ball game.
And again, they need more plays like that to get some big yards.
Well, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but I guess it depends on, let's say Jackson State does go down and score, then they're going to have another decision to make depending on how much time is left, whether or not you try an onside kick or not. But here's the thing I was just looking over some of these stats from the Alabama State defense. They've been just excellent. Third in the SWAC in sacks with 14. Second in the SWAC against the rush, giving up 90.4 a game. Third in the SWAC in scoring, only allowing 18.2 a game. So fourth in total defense. So this defense from Alabama State has been outstanding this year.
It's been good today for sure. And again, the turnovers that they've caused today put their team in great offensive field position all game long.
So Jason Brown, 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Brown has a nice little window, and he throws it low. Was trying to hit Duke Miller coming across the middle, and he just missed it.
Yeah. But Miller's like, come on, let's get the play. Yeah, when an offense is rolling and you get the defense on their heels, the quicker you get that play in, it doesn't let the defenders get set.
So Brown again, and the middle of the field is open. If he can get somebody in on one of those slants, this time he throws over to his running back, Moultrie, who has a lot of room in front, and Moultrie has the first down, and he's out of bounds. So Desmond Moultrie with a huge play.
Yeah, that time the flat cleared right out. They had two receivers basically running deep, but just cleared it out. Moultrie just slid out there, and it was wide open.
So you can see Brown wants to play a little quicker also. They were trying to keep the rhythm going as we just ticked under 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Jason Brown looks to his left. Now he comes back the other way. Throws it high. He had a man wide open in the back of the end zone. Didn't see him. Just threw it to the corner to throw it away. But he had a receiver all by himself in the back of the end zone.
No doubt. He was jumping up and down.
And Brown never saw it.
No.
Brown looked like he wanted to go to his left, came off of it, went to his right, and just decided to throw it away. And as he threw it away, you could see the receiver all by himself in the back of the end zone. So let's make it 2nd and 10 now. Ball resting on the 13-yard line. Brown ducks around the rush. He's going to pull it down again and step out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So Jason Brown getting it done with his legs also on this drive.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is something that you'd like to see earlier in him. His confidence right now, the way he's attacking and the way he's just taking what's given and making quick decisions, you'd like to see that a little bit earlier. And again, they have 2 downs to get 6. So we'll see what they can do.
6. 3rd and 6 to go. And we have a whistle on the field. And the officials are going to talk about something here. Wyan Myers and company.
Figure out what the confusion is.
Well, that's it. You know, if you're Jackson State, you probably wanted to keep that momentum going because they have something going here. Wow. So
yeah,
12 players on the field.
I guess that's your good defense, right? Let's run the 12 guys out there. See if we can run defense like that. But I want to say something about play calling. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, get it quicker." You know, it's easy sitting in your couch, sitting on your chair, going, "Hey, call a play quicker." Play calling is incredibly difficult to make sure you're on top and know what the down and distance is and what play you need and how quick you need to call it to get it out to your players. It seems a lot easier when you're sitting there relaxed than going through all the plays you're going to call.
Well, everybody has their own unique way to single in their plays, to send in their plays, and now we have Jacoby and Morgan, who steps in at quarterback. He's the young man who scored earlier in the game, the big 6'4", 230-pound quarterback. So Wyan Myers is going to call an illegal participation against the Hornets. So that's a 5-yard penalty. See where he will mark the football here.
Second and 1 now.
Waiting on the sticks to move. And as they get ready to snap the ball, Morgan with the fake, and Morgan keeps, and Morgan's got the first down. Morgan's all the way down to like the 3-yard line. I mean, this young man is very impressive running the football.
There was no question about what he was doing. I'm probably going to line up and do the same thing again.
Yeah, now it looks like it's 3rd and short. They're marking him short of the first down. Morgan on the keep again to the outside, and he stretches for the end zone. Ball comes out as he hits. But more importantly, there was a flag that went down in the backfield, but Morgan got very close to having another touchdown.
I'm surprised they didn't call that a touchdown because it looked like he stretched out before his legs hit. Unless he was losing the football that night.
Well, what's the flag? I mean, there was a flag that went down in the backfield, and he just said that time the ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense, but it hasn't addressed the flag yet, so let's see what that's about. This is big for Jackson State.
Oh, it is huge.
I mean, this is huge at this point in the ball game.
I'd still like to see if he fumbled. He's trying to make sure he got this right. So that means they are going to look at this. Look at this play if it's a fumble or not.
So you can see Morgan on the keeper right there, and he comes to the outside. He pushes big number 70.
Oh, yeah. I think that ball does come out.
He lost the handle on the ball as he tried to stretch it out for the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like you can see that ball coming out of his hands around the half-yard line, somewhere in there, just inside the 1. And as he lost a little bit of control, he was stretching, but that ball was not firmly in his hand as he was trying to cross the line.
Yeah, from the first angle, it was hard to see in live action whether or not, you know, he got to the goal line, but that time you could clearly see the ball coming out of his hand.
Offense is coming out for the Tigers, so that means they've awarded them the ball, and it's not a fumble.
Well, they took the penalty against Hagler for holding on the play, so 3rd and 10 for Jason Brown. And Brown sprints to his right, looking in the end zone, and actually down to about the 2-yard line. It's a completed pass, and he's right near the stick, so it may be a first down. That's Moultrie who made the catch. Excuse me, number 19, Kobe Paul again. They go to Moultrie, he takes it, he spins, and he's in for the touchdown for Jackson State. Desmond Moultrie on the handoff, spins in for the touchdown, and Jackson State claws a little closer in this ball game with 3:03 to go.
Wow. I mean, what a turn of events. It looked like the Tigers would lose possession of the football. They get the penalty on them, get a big pass play, score 2 plays later, and now they're going for 2. They're not just settling for 1 for the extra point.
So let's see, 2-point conversion coming up, and now we have another whistle to stop the play on the field, and they'll talk about it on the sideline.
Now, I mean,
so you get 2 points here. It's a 21-24 game. So that it moves you to within 3.
Yeah, so that's what you want to do.
You're trying to make it a field goal game here, so you have an opportunity. If you can make a stop or if you can get an onside kick, you have an opportunity to tie with the field goal. But you're right, that other series might have been the most interesting series of the game because he said the ruling on the field was a fumble. And they said it was also holding that would be, they would take the holding penalty if the fumble was overturned. So obviously it was overturned, and they went right back to work really quick with it, and Jackson State had an opportunity to put it in, and Moultrie, with a nice run there for the touchdown, he takes it 2 yards right up the middle for the touchdown for Jackson State.
Well, that's interesting because, I mean, the replay we saw, it looked like he did fumble around the half-yard line, which would have turned the ball over. But whatever they did, they looked at it.
Well, I'd like to look at it again if we have an opportunity to somewhere down the stretch because it was hard to tell if he had any part of his body down, whether it was an elbow. I mean, it went by so fast. But here we go, Jackson State going for 2. Brown on a slight roll, chips it inside to his big tight end, and he didn't make it. He didn't make it. He goes down on the line. It looked like he was going to walk in easily. And then Stevens, wow.
Who applied that hit? I couldn't see it. It was a blur. on that Hornets defense who apply, because you're right, it looked like an easy in, and bam, number 19. Woo!
L.J. Allen from Shelby, North Carolina, coming up with the big stick for the Hornets. And you know what though? That's I'm not going to question any play calling at all, ever. But you have Desmond Moultrie, you have Ahmad Miller. Why not run that same play to one of those guys who are used to running? That you do it with the tight end. That's the difference. These guys break tackles all the time. You have people bounce off of them all the time.
Right.
And it's a tough play, but it looked like he was going to score. But let's give credit to the defense. That was a solid tackle from L.J. Allen that kept him out of the end zone because he hit a big guy. Yeah. I mean, DJ Stevens, 6'4", 235. He's bringing it. So it was just an excellent tackle.
I was going to say that was a quick read and explosion into a tackle. That wasn't, that was explosion into a tackle. That was a great, again, much bigger guy. You're knocking backwards, knocking him off balance. And again, it's not over. Tigers still just got to play some defense and then get the ball back.
Put on your coaching hat. 3:03. Do you go for the onside kick here?
No, I'd kick it deep. Because I want to get the stop and be a better field position.
So Wasson sets up. They go for the onside kick. Oh, and they had an opportunity. It took the hop that you like to see happen if you're trying to get the onside kick, but a great recovery there for the Hornets to maintain possession of the football. Looks like J.D. Martin in the ball game there, but he wasn't supposed to play today, but that was number 8 out there. Excuse me, that was Jawan Howe who made the catch for the Hornets and is good with that recovery. So they brought in a running back with the hands team, and Howe made the grab to give the possession. Now, if you're Jackson State, can you stop them? If you're the Hornets, can you turn this into a first down and end the ball game? So they go back to the running game, and they start with Marcus Harris, and Harris picks up a nice gain on first down.
Oh, Harris just runs behind his pads, and what that means, it literally is just you're putting all your body weight and your strength behind the pads, so when someone hits you, you're still exploding through them and driving. They've got to take all your weight on.
I just got a text message from the head of the referees, and he said what they ruled, because they did it so quickly, was the knee was down before the fumble. So that's what made the play dead, and it reversed the play. No fumble on the play, so Jackson State had the penalty assessed, and they went for it after that. So here we go with the Hornets on the attack again, and they go to a rush.
That's awesome clarification of that. We do appreciate that for sure. What I love about it, too, is they made it quick. They didn't draw this thing out, take 5-10 minutes to figure out what was going on. They knew what they needed to do, made the quick call and reversal.
Eddie Kelly, thank you very much for that explanation, keeping us straight here in the booth. We appreciate you watching, man, and giving us the word when we need it. Now, the knee was down before, and we only saw the one replay, and you saw where the ball kind of came out of his hand, but you could not see his full body as to whether or not the knee was down. And obviously it was down because the officials made the determination extremely quickly. They made it very quickly, and Jackson State goes on, and they get the touchdown. So right now we're going to turn to, because we have 2:14 left, we're going to go to our player of the game. And right now, let's just make it the whole Alabama State defense. It was a tough decision because we had 2 good defensive teams here, but we're going to pick the Hornets defense for our Gatorade player of the game. You can see Colton Adams led the way with 13 tackles. He had 9 solos today, but they were swarming. They're the Hornets, and they were swarming all over the field, making big play after big play. So let's have the whole Alabama State defense as our players of the game, our Gatorade players of the game.
We'll all get them Gatorade. How about that?
Yeah. So that was third down. They needed 4 yards to go. They did not make it. And timeout of the field is called by Jackson State, so they will get the football back with an opportunity to do something with it.
I think they heard us call player of the game, and they said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Not so fast, my friend. We're not done. So we'll see what roar the Tigers have left in them here. But again, this has been a really hard-fought game. But the Tigers, what can their offense do? Can they answer this call here? Again, it ain't over yet.
Well, the last time T.C. Taylor's team had the football, it was a money drive. I mean, they had to have it. They took it down, and they got it. And they're going to be in a similar situation this time. And it's going to be really interesting to see. I think they're out of timeouts now. I think that was the last timeout. We'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that was the last timeout. So Jason Brown will have to move the ball downfield, and they have to do it very quickly. The other thing that you mentioned earlier is both teams have had issues punting the football today. So this is a huge spot to be in for Harrison Tuck.
Yeah, there's no gimmies in this game.
So Tuck awaiting the punt. No pressure. He does a little pooch kick trying to get it down inside the 10. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It will come out. Jackson State's ball at the 20. So what would you like to see the Tigers do in this situation?
2 minutes, 80 yards, right? I mean, you got to get it done. I think you got to have, again, you got to have good pace, but I think right now you still get to use that middle of the field. I'd like to see them fake something to the flat and find someone in the middle and let them roll. Yeah. I still think that upper middle has got some room there, and maybe
probably stepped out before then. The official was right there. So 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Brown's going to go to Moultrie again, and he gets out of bounds short of the first down. So that's going to be another short gain. It's not taking a lot of time, but they're not picking up a lot of yardage either. So,
but it gets them out of the hole. Okay, I mean, at the end of the day, this is one drive for the win. So,
well, and you can see right now, Alabama State's going to drop off a little bit. They're in a semi-prevent defense here. 3rd down, 3 to go. They go to Moultrie. Moultrie runs. He has the first down. Now he picks up more than that. So Moultrie gets a nice gain, gets the first down, and he moves the football up over the 35-yard line.
And again, Moultrie is smart. You give the ball to the ref so they can spot it quicker to put the ball in play.
Clock down to 1:38 and counting. Brown looking to throw it again. Fires a strike. It's going to be caught. Going to be short of the first down by Kobe Paul. Good catch. He's had a fine game today for the Tigers. So they're trying to hurry. 1:20 left on the clock. Brown looks to his left, comes back to his right, goes to Moultrie. Moultrie does a good job of breaking 2 tackles, and he got out of bounds after he got the first down. So give Desmond Moultrie a lot of credit on that play.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do that typical and just kind of head to the outside. And so did the defenders. Watch him. They figure, okay, he's going to go right out there. And then he just does that little move, and he's not going out. That extra 4 or 5 yards, get him a first down. Big, huge play there.
Kanye Varner was a young man who knocked him out of bounds. But Jackson State has done a good job of using that clock here, moving the football down the field.
And again, I think, the one thing you learn in football, and quite frankly in life, if you look too far ahead, you're going to mess yourself over. You got to handle the business at hand. And literally, it's play after play. Where are we headed? Your offense coordinator and your coaches have to look at what's coming, where we're going to go. But as a player, you got to handle the business at hand. What play are we running? What can I get out of it? What's the situation? Do I go out of bounds? How do I stretch it or not? And again, I still think they got a little bit of that middle. If they fake something to the flat, can find someone on a sprint. But again, the last several plays, the coverage of the Hornets has really been really good.
That last scoring drive for them, just to give you an idea of what a pressure cooker it was, 14 plays, 92 yards. They did it in 5 minutes and 41 seconds. And here they are trying to go a little quicker this time.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
They don't have the luxury of a 5-minute drive this time.
There are the numbers on Desmond Moultrie today. 10 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. And he also had 5 catches. So 3 receivers to the left this time for Brown. Slides up in the pocket's going to keep it. Brown has a lot of room, and then he has trouble with the slide. I don't know if Jason played a lot of baseball, but he had trouble with that slide last week. And
he did not.
You see, right here, he has a little problem with it. So clock continues to tick now, closing in on 50 seconds to go. Jason Brown. Then it's blocked underneath, and that was probably a good thing for Jackson State.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if he had more than 6 years of eligibility this summer, they would have him on slip and slides. Working on how to slides. He goes down like a load of bricks.
Yeah, that thing, even if it would have been caught, it wasn't going to go too far because Mikey Victor was coming in a hurry, and he was right there. So now 3rd and 3. You got 2 downs to get 3 yards for Jackson State. Brown's going to keep it himself. Has a hole, and Brown gets the first down and sits down. So a nice play by Jackson State to pick up the first down. They got to get it quickly and try to clock it. Yes, he does. 37 ticks to go. So that was a great job by Brown, picking up the first down and then being heads up enough to go and clock the football as they try to get down.
Well, it gives you a moment to take your breath and line up your next group of plays. I think that's what you really, you almost, part of me cringes because like you're giving up a down, but it doesn't matter if you're using a down and you don't know where you're going, right? Give yourself a moment, get everybody collectively going.
And now we have a whistle on the field. A timeout's going to be called by Alabama State. But here's the thing. Now you see how critical of a play that 2-point conversion was, because had they converted that, you would be like 10 yards away from really manageable field goal range.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I'll tell you, from a play caller standpoint, it changes because now you're not lining up for I want at least a field goal to tie it. You're like, it's either all or nothing, right? So that's why how this drive is being executed is, look, we have to get a touchdown. Field goal doesn't even matter, field position, nothing. We have to be within 2 minutes. We got to be across the goal line. But you're right, it would have changed this entire drive if they would have scored the extra point. But again, didn't happen.
And they came up a yard short, just a yard short on that extra point attempt.
What a battle this game has been. Again, I love defensive play, so I really enjoyed the intensity of the defense, both of them.
Just a hard-fought game on both sides of the ball. I mean, these guys they came out here today to battle, and that's what they've done. 2nd and 10 now, 3 wideouts, split wide to the right. Brown's looking in that direction. Airs it out near the sideline, has his man. He gets, still in bounds. He did not get out of bounds. That was Duke Miller. The ball is still in play, and the clock will continue to roll because he was short of the first down, and he did not get out. So we're down to 20 seconds, 19. Brown back to pass. Going for the end zone. Brown shoots it high, and it's incomplete in the end zone. He was trying to hit Fabian McCray, but a good defensive play.
I think Fabian McCray kind of came a little bit of that defender towards the end of it when he realized he couldn't get it. I think he helped bat it away so a defender couldn't intercept it. Let's see that again. See McCray comes back over and make sure the defender isn't able to catch that ball.
4th and 1, and they have no timeouts left. So if they get the first down, they would have to hurry and clock it. And now Alabama State wants to talk about it. So this is interesting here because they had the 3 men up front on the defensive line for Alabama State. If they get the first down, they have to rush and clock it. And, so whether Alabama State wants to give up yardage or do you want to give up the time? Because if you make them to run it to get the first down, then you're going to be looking at 6 or 7 seconds left in the game. Maybe.
It's interesting because you're almost playing for one play either way. Do you want to play for that one play now? Right? Because like you said, you sneak it, you get over, you're able to clock it. Okay, we only have time for one more play. So do you use that one play now or do you wait and use it after you hopefully get that first down?
Well, let's see. I mean,
that's interesting.
This is a tough call. Do you go for the first down or do you take a shot in the end zone? That's right. the dilemma for Jackson State.
Because either way, it's going to be one play you're kind of going for. Whether you get and again, if it's not there, maybe you just, I don't know.
4th and 1, 11 seconds to go. Brown's going to keep it. Brown has the first down. He lost the ball. Brown lost the ball. Now he says he's down, but let's see what the officials say. Brown thought he was down, and now the ball game is over. So it just ended with some chaos, and now the officials are going to talk about it. There's no time left on the clock. Jason Brown had the first down. The problem was he didn't get down right away. After he got the first down, he should have got down right away, and then you have an opportunity to clock it. And let's see what the officials are going to do.
Are they going to give him time to clock it?
He's going to explain it. Let's see what Ryan Myers has to say about that. But what an interesting way.
Because don't they have to check? They have to check and see.
They're going to rule. The only thing they can do is rule him down without the fumble. And they're talking about it now. And if he's down, they have to see how much time is left when his knee went down.
Oh, they have had a workout with this referee crew.
Reset the game clock to 3 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 3 seconds.
So they'll get to spike it, and they'll get one more play. That actually worked out in their favor.
Let's take another look here. Brown, 2 hands on the ball.
He's down, ball's out. And they recover.
I think it was a fumble recovered by Jackson State. So here you go. He's going to take a shot into the end zone. And now we have another timeout.
The previous play is under further review.
So now let's see how that works out.
Well,
very interesting because from that look we had just now, and we'll get an opportunity to check it again, looked like that ball might have come out. I couldn't see if he was down or not. It looked like it was a fumble recovered by Jackson State.
Okay, so that matters, though. If they call it a fumble, then you still have to let more time roll off the clock for the recovery, right? If they say he was down, then where was the clock when he was down? And then where was the clock once the recovery?
So Brown on the carry right there was almost knocked out there.
But he's got it there.
And this guy, and
can't see when it comes out.
Yeah, hard to tell.
But then the recovery. So, but there's about a second in between him fumbling and the recovery. So I think the issue would be is what do you put on the clock? Okay, there it bounces. It's out.
It's out before his knee hit the ground, so it is a fumble.
So maybe you take another 2
so
seconds off the
clock
clock.
does not stop until the recovery is made.
Right.
Wow.
Even so, the clock should have kept going the whole time. So do you let the clock roll out?
Well, the bottom line is after this game, T.C. Taylor needs to get somebody off the baseball team to kind of teach Jason Brown how to slide and get down to protect the ball. Because we actually did their game last week and saw him trying to slide, actually almost lost the ball 2 times last week. So
he was better going after contact than he was just sliding. And we did learn Ryan Myers and his crew are going to have need some rest and relaxation after all the flags that have been thrown and the tough calls that they've had. They've done a good job of controlling this game, quite frankly.
So Jackson State, you called it, they would have one more shot, and that's where we are, folks. 24-19, the Hornets out in front. Jackson State with the ball on their own 25-yard line. 3 seconds to go in the game. Jason Brown, empty backfield, going to get everybody in the end zone. He slides up, throws his pass. He goes high, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. And that's going to be the end of the ball game. And what a defensive performance today by Alabama State. The Hornets, and they celebrate a victory. They came back, got their revenge, lost to Jackson State at home last year for homecoming. So they come back this year, and they beat the Tigers for their homecoming. Final score 24-19.
Yeah, I'll tell you what a good football game, though. Defense going back and forth at it. And again, just a battle. And when you come in there and you play another opponent, at their homecoming, it's always a battle and interesting to see. Good football game. Again, it came down to execution. And again, both offenses had opportunities that they did not cash in on. They will look at that and learn from that later. And I think that's the big takeaway. The Hornets got enough towards the end and got out a real tough win.
A real tough win indeed. So for Jorge Vargas and our entire crew behind the scenes, you don't get to see them, but they do a great job. I'm Butch Alcindor saying so long from Jackson, where the final score was 24-19. Alabama State coming out on top, spoiling Jackson State's homecoming. That's your final score. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night, everybody.